Great. So I'm Russell Meyer from Theme Park Insider, and you are Corey from Walt Disney Imagineering.
I am Corey Rouse from Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm a creative director.
Okay, and what was your role in developing the Starcruiser?
Well, actually, I came from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as creative director for them, but I then moved over to Star Wars Starcruiser, or Galactic Starcruiser, so that we could make sure there's a consistency there. So I'm in world building, but also making sure the crew and our cast have a deep sense of place, so that it always feels fully believable.
Okay, so when we were on the Starcruiser, there was a lot of different stories playing out. There's a dozen characters or more on the Starcruiser. Could you talk a little bit about what guests can expect to see on the Starcruiser in terms of characters?
Sure. Well, one thing that we put into our design for the housing is depth. So the idea is we want people to talk. So there's no way that one person can go through and understand all of the story, all of the action that's taking place on the ship. So we've inundated it with characters. We've inundated it with all of our crew members who also are deep within the story, so that ultimately you can sit down and talk about your experiences with other people.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really interesting, and particularly Wani and Sandro, how they kind of hang out in the atrium a lot, and you just can sit down, and you almost feel like you can talk to Wani, who is Rhodian, and she just speaks a gobbledygook language. It's like you kind of know what she's saying after a little while.
Right? And one thing I love about that particular experience is that you may be a die-in-the-wool Star Wars fan, and so there are places for you. Perhaps you want to side with the First Order, perhaps the Scoundrels, perhaps the Resistance, perhaps you want to mix the lines. But if you don't know any of that, there's also a really beautiful romance story that's happening between Sandra and Wani as well. So the design allows for all types to enjoy their time with it.
And can you talk a little bit how the characters on the Starcruiser, relate back to the greater Star Wars universe and what we see in Galaxy's Edge?
So one thing that's exciting about Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser is that we're able to work with Lucasfilm, the same designers that we worked with for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and myself included. You have Scott Trowbridge, you have Anisha Deshmani. We're all able to then work together from the very beginning, knowing that the Starcruiser was on its way. We were able to start tying all those stories together to make one galactic feel, so that it really does feel like you are on a Starcruiser cruising the stars, and then you arrive at Batuu for your destination.
And the grand finale is on the second day. Is just a massive, almost stunt show kind of experience. Can you talk about what it took to put something that scale together?
So for the Halcyon finale is a great example of literally decades of innovation, new technology, new techniques to blend seamlessly into what is an adventure finale, where you really do understand and care about kind of the spectacle that's happening in front of you. It's not just about the special effects, but it's about the characters. It's about the community that's already been built to cheer everyone on, and you hear people cheering for different reasons. All of that has been kind of researched for over a decade, again blended with brand new technology, brand new techniques to bring something really stellar to the end of our journey.
And my last question is, what is it like to hire the crew and the people who tell these stories? Because I'm sure, a lot of people, you see these characters on the Starcruiser, and you see them in throughout the parks, and you're like, these people are just amazing actors. If you could just talk about what it's like to, find these people.
For these types of experiences, we have truly the best crew in the galaxy, and especially those that are bringing together the small intimate moments. You have people who are truly passionate about what they do. And again, we have brand new techniques that we're using to bring them to life, so that the depth of conversation, the depth of relating, the depth of connecting is never broken. It's completely similar. It's always the same.
Well, thank you so very much. And the Galactic Starcruiser experience is incredible and amazing and one of a kind.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. much for the time, and I'm so excited you got to reveal your Star Wars story.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.